Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to our podcast. Today is episode 19.
Should I have done something about my daughter flaunt her expensive items?
Okay.
Is the question.
Right. Okay. It's a little bit of a long story, isn't it, this one? So I will start reading. I, 48 female, and my husband, 51-year-old male, have a daughter, Dana, 22 female, who has been extremely independent her whole life. Dana began working when she was only 15, and now she works part-time job for a large corporation while pursuing her studies. We are extremely proud of her and how hard she has worked. We generally allow her to manage her own finances, and she insists on contributing monthly to family expenses with the money she earns. Dana occasionally likes to make pricier purchases, which I do not have any concern over, as I think they are sensible financial choices. Like last year, she decided to purchase the newest MacBook as her old laptop was on its last leg. And she wanted something reliable and long-lasting, or when she bought Marc Jacobs bag for work and university. We recently went on a family trip with my brother and his family, who has 2 kids of their own, Tammy, 20-year-old female, and Nathan, 23-year-old male. His kids and Dana aren't exactly close, but they get along fine for the most part. I know that Tammy and Nathan do not have any source of income besides my brother and have not worked a day in their life. During the trip, Dana would occasionally pay for the 3 of them for small things like drinks or food. When we were shopping, Dana bought a few items for herself and picked up gifts she wanted to bring back to her friends. During dinner that night, my sister-in-law, so my brother's wife, told my husband that that we were spoiling Dana too much with her purchases. We explained that Dana earned her own money and every cent came from her job. Sister-in-law then proceeded to point and tell Dana that if this was the case, she shouldn't be flaunting her purchases and items in front of her cousins, who don't have a cushy little office job, and the parents who spoil her into the person she is. Dana apologized politely, saying that she didn't mean to flaunt her things, and I could tell that she was upset and embarrassed. My husband stood up and shot back, saying that Dana shouldn't have to apologize for her own hard work. I also pointed out that Dana has been financially independent since she was 15, and that we've always done our best not to spoil her. Sister-in-law then proceeded to tell us that we weren't teaching her how to manage her finances correctly, and that all this money had turned her into a little brat. Dana excused herself to the bathroom and texted that she had gone back to the hotel. We had a tense back and forth for the rest of the dinner, and we came back finding Dana crying in her hotel room. Myself, Dana, and my husband have been getting calls from the rest of the family, some calling us a-holes and some who were willing to hear us out and not understand where we were coming from. So, am I wrong?
Very interesting. First, it's a very awkward family holiday.
Yeah, yes.
So
who doesn't love the mid-holiday argument that it leaves everyone so tense? So the girl went back to her hotel room. If they still have half of the trip planned, it's going to be so awkward.
So the first question that comes to my mind is, until when are parents supposed to educate their children? So we're talking about 2 adult parents to adult children.
Yes.
The children are between the ages of 20 to 23, 20, 21, and 20, something like that.
So they're all over 20.
They're all over 20.
No, none of them is under 18 or not even 18. So they're all young adults, I would call them.
Yes. And the sister-in-law comes to the parents in front of the kids.
In front of everyone.
In front of everyone.
Yes.
But she talks to the parents about how they raise their daughter to be a spoiled brat and to be all these things. So there's an expectation as if she raises these things, they will start educating her differently.
But Dana is not to say we can put her behaviors, whatever she's done, aside, but the sister-in-law's behavior is quite rude in my opinion.
I totally agree with you that it's very rude. I'm just questioning, on top of the rudeness and how she approached it, and which we will talk about in a second.
Yes.
I'm like, what? Until when are you expecting your sister-in-law and brother-in-law, in her case, to educate or not educate their kid? And if you actually think that they did a bad job, well, that has happened.
It's a bit too late.
It's a bit too late. So that's kind of the first thing that popped into my mind.
Yeah.
Okay. But did Donna actually even flaunt her expensive purchases? Is another question that comes to mind.
From what the mom has described, I think everything has been very sensible. She even offered to pay for some of her cousin's food and drinks, which is more than generous.
Very generous.
And she bought few items for herself, which she's fully entitled to with her hard-earned money.
Yes, and gifts for her friends. And the fact that those gifts might seem expensive to the sister-in-law, to the aunt, well, that's maybe because of the amount of money she has compared to their daughter. And again, it's her money. She can buy with it whatever she wants.
Yeah, and also in that dinner, the parents explained Donna's money all come from herself. Whatever she decides to spend, that's the money she earned since the age 15.
And so yeah, it's, I don't know. It's really weird, this whole situation, and very inconsiderate. I don't know.
I'm wondering if there's any pressure coming from the cousin side. So the two other kids that doesn't seem to have any source of income for themselves, do they then go back to their parents to say, look, Donna bought this, Donna bought that, can I have some money to do the same? I'm just playing the situation in my head. Then that pressure has got to the parents' side.
The sister-in-law reacted the way she did. Possibly, but then where is the responsibility of the sister-in-law to say to the kids, well, it's not our money and it's none of our business, and we need to live to our means, and the fact that someone else lives to a different means, well, that's on them, not on us.
Exactly. And they explained.
Yeah.
Donna
deal
works
with jealousy.
2 jobs. Yeah.
Okay. And so if it is about maybe her daughter or children's pressure, and she couldn't handle it, then actually she's throwing the responsibility on a third person rather than actually taking responsibility on herself or on her children to deal with their own jealousy.
Yeah. Jealousy can happen anytime, especially in family dynamics like this, when 2 families going on a holiday and the kids are very similar to age. But when you were 22, you're not working, you're only studying. And when you're 22, but you've been working for a couple of years, has some savings, you might live very different life.
Yes.
You're living very different lifestyle. And it's unavoidable for kids to have feelings or be jealous of what other kids have.
Yes.
You see that in school all the time.
100%.
Yeah.
But also, going back to until what age do parents educate their kids? Until what age do parents need to stand up for their kids?
Stand up for their kids in the sense of, I don't know, fighting for justice for the kids,
or advocating,
or advocating for they can advocate for their kids
because you see, if sister-in-law was trying to raise this because her kids were jealous, then she's actually trying to stand up for her kids. If the parents, Donna's parents, tried to stand up for Donna, again, it's about them advocating for her. So
yes.
So sister-in-law made this stupid remark between us. If Donna's parents, instead of trying to justify her and explain why she's behaving the way she is, would have just let that comment go and not even commented, would the whole situation have ended up very differently?
Oh, I see what you're saying. You're saying after Donna apologized, saying it wasn't her intention to flaunt by spending money, then Donna's father didn't shot back to say, my daughter shouldn't have apologized.
Yeah.
Do you think the situation would have moved on from there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And did Donna want her parents to stand up for her or not?
I think she handled gracefully.
Oh, I think Donna behaved
Yes.
more maturely than everyone else on the table, in all honesty.
Yes. Yes.
Although she was hurt the most.
Yes.
She was the one that found herself crying in the hotel room and not wanting to to be with anyone else.
She probably didn't have much to eat for dinner. Probably still hungry.
And again, and you'd feel awkward this whole vacation rather than enjoy it when it's totally not her fault.
Yes.
So yeah, the only person who acted sensibly throughout this whole situation is the main person who actually got hurt here, which is very unfair as well. And again, it brings us back to having honest adult conversations. So can we have an adult conversation with someone who is emotional about something? In this case, the jealousy or being protective of their own kids or something like that. Does it always have to end in a big fight? How can we actually have this whole conversation very differently and much more respectfully?
Well, I think a few things need to happen to lead to what you just talk about differently and respectfully. Sister-in-law, if this is the situation that I played in my head when her kids saw Donna's having money to spend and coming to back are like, oh, mom, Donna has all this money. Can I have some money to do this and that? If that pressure comes from her own kids, then she needs to have an honest conversation with her children about their values or their budget for this holiday. What are we feel comfortable to spend on, and really explain things to them so they understand. And maybe more appropriate way is for the sister-in-law to have a conversation with Donna's mom to say, hey, this is something I noticed. Can I ask, what's the situation for Donna? Are you just giving her a lot of money to spend? Which my kids are feeling they don't feel fair, or they're a bit jealous of Donna, or is Donna earning this money? So maybe this is a teaching moment. I can tell so there's some separate conversation should be happening before this dinner fight.
Yeah, totally. And I think that when we're in a good well-being place and we have a healthy, assertive ability of what is okay and what isn't okay and what our boundaries are and what they aren't, then possibly we're much more able to have all those much more mature and smarter conversations and not make it into an awkward, uncomfortable vacation for everyone.
Yes, and especially the accusation throwing around in front of all parents and all kids, that seems quite inappropriate during a family holiday. Yeah,
totally. I really feel for Donna that is
same.
She's crying in the hotel room. What was that really? Was it her feelings being hurt? Was it the aunt being upset at her? Was it her feeling like she ruined the vacation for others, which she actually hasn't? Was she feeling guilty because she was not being aware of her cousin's feelings? So I would really like to unpack that with Donna, trying to find out why she felt so terrible that she actually felt guilty or sad enough or angry or whatever that emotion was that brought her to crying. Because actually everything she did and the way she behaved was extremely with healthy boundaries and healthy well-being and healthy...
very mature and very polite.
Yes. So the end result of her finding herself crying in the room, I really feel for Donna and want to try and help Donna recognize where is this emotions coming from and what is it that she feels maybe she did wrong or is wrong about this whole situation that is making her cry.
I think part of it could be she feel misunderstood. like she explained herself, but seems like her auntie really wants to put this blame on her parents or on her being spoiled. But as a matter of fact, she knows she's been working really hard since a very young age, which her cousin didn't. So a layer of that is being misunderstood and maybe also being underappreciated. She being very generous and offered to pay for drinks and food for her cousin, but then turn around to be like, oh, you were being spoiled. It's your parents didn't educate you well. These feelings, yeah.
But if that's where it's coming from, I would ask Donna, do you think you actually did anything wrong? And if the answer is no, then it's about Donna understanding that the fact that the aunt might be older doesn't mean that she's right.
Yes, that's
and
right.
Doesn't mean that she behaved like an adult should. And I think that if Donna will actually understand that, yes, she was hurt or judged wrongly or whatever,
Yeah, but it's
that's not on her.
Yeah, it's not on her.
That's on the
None
aunt.
of this is her fault. Yeah.
And the moment she will see that it's on the aunt, maybe it'll make her feel better about herself because she
did nothing wrong. Yes.
did nothing wrong.
Yes.
And she shouldn't be in a position where she's feeling like she's not good enough or she's doing something wrong just because someone else says that. So I'd like to help Donna in a way feel stronger about who she is and what she stands for.
Right.
So that she won't be impacted by other people's stupid remarks.
Yes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. Do we have the other side of this story?
We do, but maybe again before we go there. Okay. So in enlarged families, generally, there are often rivalries based on jealousy and past arguments and unresolved issues and ways of life, maybe different values, different things. And to be able to move through these, having an assertive standpoint with respect, yet boundaries, is very important. And also having the mindset of forgive and forget to really assist everyone to be able to move on.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
You know, it's no wonder that there's a saying, I didn't have the option of choosing my family. Thank God I do have the option of choosing my friends. That's a nice saying. But really, the bond of a healthy, enlarged family that will always be there, no matter what the emotional price is also important because it's in an important safe haven for all of us.
If you recognize, if it's healthy for both parties, if you're healthy and you feel safe with them, you support each other, yeah, but there are also situations you can't continue to have that relationship with a particular family member, and that's okay too.
Yeah. And that's again about your ability to be in a really positive stance with yourself, with good well-being and very healthy boundaries, that you can actually stop and reflect and say, okay, how much of what they say, what they do is actually impacting me? How much am I letting it impact me? Can I put those boundaries in place and just treat them as of whoever they are, for whatever they are, not take it to heart, but have boundaries to protect me from other things?
Do you think Donna's gonna go on another family trip with this family, with her cousins?
Well, the way it ended up at this point,
Not in a short time, yeah. No.
I think that both parents, so her own parents and her aunt and uncle, actually need to grow up before Donna can enjoy that again. And I also think that maybe Donna needs to be even more, and again, I think she's the most mature one out of all this, all of the people in this family, but she also needs to strengthen within herself that the fact that even someone who's older than me, that I normally would respect, says something, if I don't agree with it, I do not need to take it to heart.
That's okay. Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And when Donna will be able to see that and actually feel that, I think that's when she'll be ready to go again on this family vacation.
If that happens again. We don't know. So next we also have the sister-in-law side. Would you
Okay.
like to read the story, Ayala?
Yes, sure. So I'm 51 and my husband 53, and our two children, Tammy, who's 20, and Nathan, who's 23, went on a holiday with my husband's sister, her husband, and their daughter Donna, who's 22. We love them, yet we're never very close to them. Their financial situation has always been better than ours, but we have always got on by well. Since we met in the holiday, we felt that they were spending money around us. They were generous and offered to pay for us, but it made the stay feel very awkward for us. Tammy, who is still young, became very jealous of Donna, that has this new MacBook, and which she has actually wanted for a while, and I have had to say to her since she saw that, and she constantly nagged me about why Tammy has one and we don't buy her anything. I think that Tammy's nagging really upset my husband, who works really hard to pay for our life. And having Tammy not be grateful was very hurtful. Saying this, I thought that with all their money, they were actually spoiling Donna, who seems to not have any regard to money and spends it constantly. When we went out for dinner last night, I couldn't hold it in anymore. And raised the fact that Donna was getting spoiled with all the things that she has and was buying. My brother-in-law explained that Donna is working and that money that she's spending is hers. This made me concerned that Donna doesn't really appreciate money and should learn how to save rather than spend and flaunt her things in front of all of us. After all, she needs to be considerate to others who are less fortunate. The conversation got heated, and I did say that Donna is acting a bit like a brat. I do have to say that Tammy's nagging and jealousy triggered me, probably a bit more than I actually would have liked. Maybe made me react the way I did. Saying that, Donna apologized, so she understands that she was wrong. And it really annoyed me that her father was defending her rather than getting the hint himself. I know this awkward argument ruined the trip, but really, they should be more considerate about understanding our financial situation when we're on a trip together. We even spoke about it with our other family members that also agreed with us.
Okay. I don't know. The last part doesn't sit right with me. We even spoke about it with other family members. They all agree with us. In a way, she's justifying what she's done.
Yes, she is.
She's like, oh, I spoke with others. They all agree with me, which might not be the case because from the story before, Donna's mother was saying they're getting calls from family members. Some of them say they did the wrong thing. Some of them say they did the right thing. Some of them are on their side. It's not. And again, do we really need to drag other family members into this? And
yeah, we shouldn't.
That seems a little bit unnecessary.
Yes. Look, she is taking responsibility on why she was triggered and how she reacted.
So there was a reason? Yeah.
Yes. Again, there's always a reason why we're triggered. Mm-hmm. But can we hold it in? Can we work on our well-being to not let it come out, especially not come out the way it did? Mm-hmm. But I am seeing a hidden element that I think is more significant here.
Right. Okay.
There has been from the very beginning very clear differences in the financial situation of the two families.
Right.
So okay. Donna's family is
seems doing a little bit better.
Yeah, are better off. They have more money. They always had more money, and it's not an argument of good or bad. It's just a fact. And whereas the sisters-in-law family always lived with less means and less abilities. Now, if the parents of Donna are aware of this, and I would suspect that they would be aware of it, then being a bit more considerate on spending or putting the other family in a situation that they constantly cover for them might also make it very awkward. And she talked about feeling awkward before this whole thing got
So
out
it's
of
a bit
hand.
of build up. It's not
Yes,
just the
there is
once.
build up,
Okay.
and the build up is not necessarily against Donna.
It's around the whole family, around Donna and Donna's parents.
Yes.
Okay.
So she had an unspoken expectation of the brother and sister-in-law being more considerate of their financial situation and maybe lowering their lifestyle to fit their own lifestyle. Whereas Donna's parents, I think, and Donna herself were very generous and said, okay, they can't afford as much things. We will pay for them. And they were very generous in doing that, but not really realizing that it's making the other family very embarrassed and very uncomfortable.
Okay, yeah, I see your point. But my question is, why are they going on a holiday together? They keep talking about in the beginning of the stories, oh, we're never close. Donna is never close to her cousins. They get by well. Or
maybe they were
we're not particularly close.
But maybe they were hoping that through this holiday they will get closer.
That's okay.
But maybe if there is such huge differences in their financial abilities, this whole thing should have been discussed openly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. What's the budget for this trip? Okay, let's pick a place that we are both family and comfortable. Feel spending.
Yes.
It shouldn't be a situation that we get there and we have no money to spend and our family has to cover, which doesn't seem like the case completely, but like you said, honest conversation before even booking this trip.
Yep.
Can we make it work? Where are we going? What's the budget? And there's 3 kids, right? Like, do they get a bit of spending money every day so they can buy stuff that they wanted? What's the plan?
Yes.
There needs to be a bit of budget discussion, and everything within that budget, this wouldn't happen.
Yes. So just like, a husband and wife talked between themselves about how we're going to go about with the kids, if we have 2 families going together and there are kids involved, and yes, these kids are adults, they are over 20, but still, if mom and dad usually pay for them, they're still considered as kids,
Yes.
or
Yes.
partially, then I do think that that should have raised alarm bells for the sister-in-law and her husband to raise it with Donna's parents of, oh, by the way, because of our situation and the kids don't work, this is the amount of money we will be able to give our kids. And can you speak with Donna, or if you guys are paying for Donna, also give her more or less the same amount so that there won't be jealousy between the kids.
Because the kids will talk, like they're in their 20s, they might go out without the parents, they will do things on their own that it's only the parents can definitely put strategy in place for them to don't have the need to feel jealous, or there's no comparison between each other.
Yes. So again, we're back to adult conversations and planning ahead of time rather than in hindsight. And also, I think that it's really important to understand where the other side is coming from. Because again, we look at it from an accusation point of view.
Yes.
And, rather than looking at it from, okay, where are they coming from? If I was in their situation, how would I feel about these things? How could I deal with these things differently to be more respectful, more considerate as well? Yeah.
Before it's a big trip. I don't know if you heard about that saying. If one of the ways to test your relationship is if it's gonna last, is to go on a trip with this person, because there's so much to see and can talk with the trip. Like, you plan ahead. Are you a planner? Are you just a go with the flow person? Like, how can you make plans that work with both of you? What's the money situation? What's the budget? And how do we book the and even within a relationship, you two been together for a long time, there's still opportunities come up. You will argue. You might be having a debate about things comes up on the trips, and 2 families joining together go on a trip, that's even a bigger discussion.
Yes.
So there are strategies you can put in place. There's honest conversation you need to have, and you have to be really careful and mindful navigating these dynamics. Otherwise,
Yes.
it can cause more damage than what you wanted prior to the trip.
Yep, totally.
Right, interesting. So yeah, be very mindful planning a joining family trip. That's I guess that's the overall advice we wanted to give to people.
Yes, and even when things are really, really triggering you, ensure that you're actually calming yourself down first and responding rather than reacting, and
Yes.
thinking of how things that you say and the way you say them can actually impact other people.
Yes, and having some private conversations before throwing public accusations.
Yes.
Always a better method. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Ayala. That's the end of this episode.
Thank you, Cindy.
Bye.
Bye.
If you also have a relationship dilemma that you are struggling with and you would like us to bring it up here anonymously, you can email us on bestpossibleme.podcast@gmail.com. You can also find the email address in our podcast bio. Don't forget to like and follow our podcast so you get the notification of each new episode. See you next week.